Have you ever stopped to think that the last number of your birth year might be holding a secret about your destiny that you never imagined? Well, while most people go through life thinking that numbers are just math, empty symbols without meaning, Buddhist philosophy carries an ancient truth that goes far beyond that. This simple final digit of the year you were born is not a coincidence. It is not random. It carries a powerful spiritual energy that has influenced your life since the first day you stepped on this earth. The most impressive thing is that Buddhist monks have studied this for centuries, using this knowledge to understand people's paths, their life missions, and even the challenges they will face. Today, you will discover something that could completely change the way you view yourself and the world around you. Look, I know it seems unlikely, even a bit too mystical to be true, but this isn't just another one of those baseless internet theories. We are talking about ancestral wisdom that has spanned generations, was preserved by spiritual masters, and carries profound truths about human nature and the universe. Each number from 0 to 9 possesses a unique vibration, an energetic frequency that shapes your personality, your talents, your difficulties, and even the way you relate to others. The most fascinating part of all this is that you may have been living your whole life without realizing how this energy has been guiding you, limiting you, or pushing you forward. It is like walking blindfolded, feeling things happen, but without understanding the why behind each experience. The point is this: if you are a person who believes that nothing in life happens by chance, that there is a greater purpose behind every event, then you cannot miss even a second of this video. Because the answer to many of your questions, to those moments when you ask yourself, why am I like this? Or why does this always happen to me? Might be right here, hidden in this seemingly insignificant number. Best of all, when you discover what your number's energy is, you gain the power to work in its favor, to potentiate your natural gifts, and to balance the aspects that have been causing you difficulty. Stay until the end, because there is a special gift waiting for you, something that can completely transform your view on what you consume and attract every day. But before we dive into this revealing journey, I need your help. Leave a like on the video now, subscribe to the channel if you aren't subscribed yet, and turn on the notification bell, because this content can truly transform your life. And look in the comments. I want you to write the mantra: I attract prosperity and wisdom. Write it down below, because by doing this, you are reinforcing positive energies in your life and creating a powerful intention for the universe. The sacred power of numbers. Let's go on this incredible discovery together. Buddhist philosophy is one of the richest and deepest when we speak of symbolism. And within this vastness of knowledge, numbers occupy an absolutely special and sacred place. For you to understand better, Buddhists do not view numbers as simple mathematical tools that serve only to count or calculate. Quite the contrary, they see each number as an energetic portal, a carrier of spiritual vibration that connects the physical world to the spiritual world. Since ancient times, Buddhist monks have dedicated their lives to the study of these numerical energies, realizing that certain numbers could open paths to different aspects of human existence. It is as if each number were a unique key capable of unlocking specific doors of understanding about life, the universe, and our own purpose here on earth. Now, within this deep spiritual view, each number carries a specific vibration that directly influences your personality, your destiny, and even the challenges you will face during life. The last digit of your birth year, in particular, functions as an energetic mark that accompanies you from the moment you were born until the last day of your journey. Think with me, you may have lived years, even decades, without realizing that certain behavioral patterns or certain repetitions of events in your life had a direct connection to this numerical energy. When you finally understand this, when you decipher these hidden patterns, it is as if a light turned on in your mind, revealing things about yourself that were always there, but remained invisible to your eyes. I know you might be thinking that this is nonsense, that it isn't real, or that it is just another one of those mystical theories without foundation. Look, I completely understand your skepticism. It is natural to doubt what we don't know, but I extend a sincere invitation to you. Watch the explanation of your number and of someone you know very well. It could be your spouse, your parent, your child, or your grandchild, someone whose personality you know deeply. And then tell me if what I am going to describe doesn't match exactly with how that person is, the behaviors they have, and the choices they make. Take this test and observe carefully, because I am sure you will be surprised by the accuracy of these descriptions. Number 0, the phoenix. The number 0 in Buddhist philosophy represents the void and infinite potential at the same time. If you were born in a year ending in 0, you can be sure that your life is marked by constant, fresh starts. You know that feeling that whenever you are getting close to achieving something, suddenly everything changes and you need to start over? That is exactly it. 0 people keep changing jobs, cities, and relationships. This is not because they are unstable, but because life simply puts them in situations where they need to constantly renew everything. You may have noticed that you never stay in the same place for too long, that a different opportunity or an obstacle always arises, forcing you to start from scratch. Despite these losses, you have an impressive capacity to bounce back quickly. While other people stay stuck in the past for months or years, you manage to turn the page with an ease that is impressive. Your greatest gift is the ability to transform endings into new beginnings. You are excellent in a crisis. When everyone else is desperate, you stay calm and find the creative solution. Your challenge is accepting that your stability isn't standing still. It is your own adaptability. Number 1, the natural leader. If you were born in a year ending in 1, you likely hate receiving orders. It isn't arrogance. It is simply that you were born with an intense need to do things your own way and to lead instead of follow. Even when you try to stay quiet in a corner, people naturally look to you for organization and direction. You have an iron determination, but you often find it difficult to work in a team. You might end up doing everything yourself because you feel it is faster or more reliable than delegating. You don't ask for help easily and prefer to solve problems alone. Your challenge is learning that true leadership isn't doing everything yourself. It is inspiring and trusting others. When you balance your strength with the humility to listen, you become unstoppable. Number 2, the peacemaker. If your year ends in 2, you are the person everyone seeks out for advice or a shoulder to cry on. You have an incredible sensitivity to the emotions of others. You can feel tension in a room immediately. You hate conflict and often put yourself in the middle of arguments to smooth things over. However, this often means you have difficulty saying no. You may agree to things you don't want to do just to avoid discord. You often sacrifice your own needs to keep others happy. Your lesson is to understand that you are not responsible for everyone's happiness. and that setting boundaries is healthy. When you care for yourself as much as you care for others, your empathy becomes even more powerful. Number 3, the creative dreamer. If you were born in a year ending in 3, you are vibrant, creative, and contagious. Your mind moves at a high speed, always generating new ideas. You express yourself well through words, art, or performance. Your struggle is focusing on one thing until the end. You might start 10 projects and finish none because a newer, more exciting idea caught your attention. Routine feels like a prison to you. Your challenge is learning to channel that explosive creativity into discipline. When you learn to finish what you start, you can transform your brilliant ideas into concrete achievements that impact the world. Number 4, the solid foundation. If your year ends in 4, you are the rock. People know they can count on you because you keep your promises and value responsibility. You prefer structure, routine, and clear plans. Sudden changes can be very destabilizing for you. Your resistance to change is your biggest obstacle. You might stay in a job or relationship that no longer serves you simply because it is secure. You can be critical of those who lack your discipline. Your growth comes from learning to flow with life and realizing that not everything can be planned. When you combine your reliability with a bit of flexibility, you can build a life that is both solid and joyful. Number 5, the adventurer. If your year ends in 5, freedom is your oxygen. You detest routine and 9-to-5 structures. You are curious, brave, and love to explore new cultures and experiences. Because you value freedom so much, you may fear long-term commitment, worrying it will trap you. You might abandon projects or relationships the moment they start to feel like a prison. Your challenge is learning that you can have deep roots without losing your wings. Once you find a way to commit that still allows for movement, you can build something lasting without feeling suffocated. Number 6, the caregiver. If your year ends in 6, you are the heart of your circle. You are naturally protective and maternal or paternal toward everyone. You find your worth in being useful and serving others. The danger is that you often forget yourself entirely. You ignore your own pain and tiredness to attend to others. You might feel guilty if you spend a day just taking care of yourself. Your lesson is that you cannot pour from an empty cup. Setting boundaries isn't selfish. It's necessary. When you learn to receive love as well as give it, you can continue being a light for others without burning out. Number 7, the wise seeker. If your year ends in 7, you are deeply introspective. You prefer deep conversations about philosophy and spirituality over shallow gossip. You need a lot of time alone to recharge, as social interaction can be draining. Your tendency is to isolate yourself and live entirely in your head, sometimes losing touch with the practical world. You can be skeptical and need to research everything for yourself. Your challenge is to share your wisdom with others instead of keeping it hidden. When you connect your spiritual depth with human connection, you fulfill your true purpose as a guide for others. Number 8, the achiever. If your year ends in 8, you are driven by success, power, and material achievement. You are not afraid of hard work and have a natural talent for business and leadership. However, you can become so obsessed with the climb that you neglect your emotional and spiritual life. You might measure your self-worth and the worth of others solely by financial success. You may find it impossible to switch off even on vacation. Your challenge is learning that true abundance includes inner peace and healthy relationships. When you use your resources to help others, you find a level of fulfillment that money alone cannot buy. Number 9, the humanitarian. If your year ends in 9, you feel a universal responsibility for humanity. You are deeply affected by injustice and want to make the world a better place. You are an idealist who believes in the power of change. the weight of the world can be crushing for you. You might feel guilty for things you cannot control and sacrifice your own financial or emotional stability to help others. People may take advantage of your kindness. Your lesson is that you cannot save everyone and you shouldn't try to do it alone. By establishing healthy boundaries, you become a more effective agent of transformation without destroying yourself in the process. We have reached the end of this journey through Buddhist numbers. Thank you for staying with me. I hope you identified with your characteristics and perhaps saw the truth in the numbers of those you love. Remember, no number is better or worse than another. This knowledge is a tool to help you live with more consciousness. If you are a 0, embrace your renewal. If you are an 8, seek inner peace. If you are a 6, remember to care for yourself. Please subscribe, like the video, and don't forget to comment the mantra. I attract prosperity and wisdom. Share this with someone special so they can discover the power of their number too. I will see you in the next video as we continue to explore the secrets of ancestral wisdom.